Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today I'm finally getting around to doing something with the old Z. I'm worked up on the camper van at the moment if you're watching the other video, so I was looking for something to do. I thought I may as well do the introduction on this and we'll go through a few bits on it as well. Now the story with this car is I got a phone call from my old man. He knows I like old Nissans, and this somebody had actually scrapped it. It had just turned up in the junkyard. He gave me a call, we bought it, it's back here now. So I've had it probably 2 years. It's a Z31, 3 litre Targa, 2+2, it's not a turbo. What else is it to say about it? It's pretty rare, I think there's 20 of these left registered in the UK at the moment, something like that. And it looks terrible at the minute, but it's really not a bad one. I've been all the way through it, these things were terrible for rust. This one, although it isn't rust free, it's pretty good, you know. I've driven it. If you look at the cold start video I did on this, well over a year ago, it starts and drives fine. I drove it from that shop to here. When I did that, that's when I knew that the VG30, the original 3 litre V6 under this bonnet, had got to go. Although it's absolutely fine, it runs great, it's gutless, it is pathetic. It's also coupled to an automatic gearbox as well, which has also got to go. So the plan with it, and it's only a very tentative plan, but what I'd like to do, I've had a Skyline in the past. If you look at the top of the channel you can actually see a picture of it, and I love that. Everybody's got one car that they wish they'd never sold, and that's mine. I've seen on YouTube a couple of these where people have converted them. They put the RB25 from Skyline into them, and it actually looks a better fit than the engine that's already in here, because this one isn't even turbo and the engine's a really tight fit. The RB25 is an inline 6, fits beautifully. So yeah, I'm going to try and do that. I've actually bought one already. It's not here at the moment, it's not out of the car. We're going to do an engine build project on that on the channel as well, because I'm going to overbore it, 87mm pistons, I think that takes it to 3.1 litre. And I'd like 600 crank horsepower, but again that's all big talk until we do it. But for today, obviously at the minute the car's in a bit of a state, we need to go through and make everything sound. One thing I'm not going to be doing to this car is painting it myself. It is going to be painted, it's going to a good friend of mine, he's going to do it, it's going to come out better than the day it was made, it's going to be painted exactly the same colour again. I don't want to modify it. The only thing I might do is put a sort of 1980s style body kit on it. But when you're doing a paint job, one thing you can do that will save you a ton of money and a ton of time is strip it yourself. So I'll go through, I've already started it, so I'll go through what I've done already, and yeah, we'll go through. I've already taken this front wing off, just rested it off and started the video, and I'll show you what you need to be looking for, just a few tips. Today I'm going to take off the front clip, just so we can have a look through it, and yeah, we'll get going with that. Right then, front wing. As I said, I've already removed it. I've just rested it back on so I can do a big reveal. I haven't had a proper look yet. I just thought I'd take it off because everything's a bit rusty. I thought it might take me too long for the video. So I'll whip it off and we'll go through, we'll have a proper look at it, see what condition everything's in and what we need to do. So first thing, I'll pull the bonnet up. That's probably a fundamental thing, but here we go. Genuineness and bonnet prop. Hold that there so it doesn't fall on my head. And I'll give that a tweak. One front wing removed. As we look at the back of it, it's pretty much okay. I'm very careful, I don't want to dent it. There's a little bit down here which I'll have to have a look at, straighten that up. Somebody's jacked it in the wrong place just there, but that'll all dolly back. And if I remember rightly, on this one, bit of a rust patch just here, flow that in with a bit of lead, something like that, it'll be fine. If I do happen to see one, I will put a new one on. But to be honest, I've been searching for the past year for a decent bonnet for it. I cannot get one, so if you have one knocking around, by all means drop me a message. So, front wing off, that's salvageable. Dump that. Right, well I guess the thing to do now is if I bring the camera in, we'll have a look around. Let's grab the camera. Okie doke. So, first things first, let's go through the fixings. There were a row of them down the top of the wing, as you can imagine. 2 underneath, down there somewhere. 1, 2. 1 at the top, somewhere around there. And then there was a row just here, if the camera will focus. 1, 2, 3 at the bottom and 2 in that little bit of a splitter. It came off straight away, a couple of the bolts snapped, but whatever, you know. It's 30 years old, what do you expect? But looking at it, inner wings are a big thing on these cars, and that's pretty much rust free. Everything inside there is all good. What I'm going to do, before I send it for paint, I want underneath the bonnet of the paint, car painting as well. So I'm going to take the engine and transmission out before it goes. The one bit of rust I have found is up underneath here. Now the reason for that, if I pop up on top, is somebody has taken out the plastic battery tray and it's had a battery leak and it's rotted through. But no big deal, we can repair that. If that's all that there is wrong with it, I'll put up with it. Yeah, so as I was saying, I'm taking the bonnet out, taking the suspension off. I'll probably take around just a shell. But what I will do myself, I'll steam clean off all underneath the arches and I'll spray that myself. I'll do that as a separate video because I want it to be really, really nice, this car, when it's finished. So let's have a look at some of the other stuff. When you're doing a respray, I haven't actually completed this side yet, but I'll show you the door. I'll walk around in a minute. What a lot of people do, this is the difference between an expensive paint job a lot of the time and a cheap one. You can see these chromes just here around the windscreen and all that kind of stuff. There's a rubber there. What people do is mask along this edge and then obviously protect it all and spray down the middle. Now that's fine from a distance, but when you get close up you always see a lacquer line. It looks really, really bad. So I've removed, on the other side I've actually finished everything. I've started doing this side. You can see I've taken the door trim off, the door handles out. You can still open it from the inside. I've even taken the glass out. I haven't taken off these rubber strips yet. But this back window needs to come out. I've done the other side. We'll walk around the other side and take a look. It's probably better. But all of this is because I don't want to be painting around things. The decals will come off, all of that, because this car wants to be better than the day it was made when it comes out of the paint shop. But one thing you must do when you're doing this sort of thing, obviously this is probably going to be in bits for the best part of a year. So when you're taking the chromes to pieces, write on them with the Sharpie where they went. Look, passenger rear quarter, top. Passenger rear quarter, front, and so on and so on. Then I can put them all in a big heap. I haven't got to worry about what goes where because I've written it on them. I've already done the hatch. That's all taken off. I haven't got to remove the window here. There was all big trims, so that doesn't actually need painting. That's covered. So all around the bottom, which is where it was, that can all be painted. We haven't got to mask up to chrome. The targa tops obviously pop out, and I've removed the seals. Now the reason I haven't done the windscreen yet is because I think I'm going to have to take the windscreen out of that, and I'm going to need a hand with that. The chromes are a nightmare, and I really, really don't want to damage any of them because I am struggling like you wouldn't believe to get bits for this car. This was done by the previous owner. The bonnet cable seized up. They couldn't figure out how to undo it, so they put a crowbar underneath the front of it and mullered it. Now, if I can find a new bonnet for it, I will. If not, I'm going to have to dolly this one back. And it's such a shame because this is a rust-free bonnet and you don't find them. I've seen 3 or 4 which people have wanted stupid money for, and they're rotten, so you won't be getting that. If I run round this side quick, you can see here, look, this is all now stripped, everything's out, no chrome, no nothing, all gone. Rear window out, everything out, all that gack's got to get cleaned off. So when he masks the car, he'll actually mask to the back of the steel, and he'll actually paint all of this. This camera does not focus very well. He'll paint all of this. You can see actually where it used to finish, where it was where the paint's weathered. So that's the point where most people paint to. He's actually going to take the paint all the way around here. So when the new window goes in, focus. Come on. There we go. When it gets put back in, it will hide the lacquer line. It's never going to peel. That's what you're after. I need to take the fuel filler cap off. I haven't done that yet. But everything else, as you can see, is all stripped. It's actually quite a pain. If I undo the targa, let's pop this targa open. One-handed. Yeah, of course. Come on. It's your job. It's supposed to come off. Ah, whatever. We'll take a look. Inside the car's actually in really nice shape. All the door cards. I've stripped all this off, all the door cards and stuff, because I needed to get in to get the windows out. I've taken the windows out because when all the rubbers were out, it was rattling around. When I got the car, this window was broken. The old owners they basically left it in a garage for about 20 years. Lost the keys to it, and it was locked, so they just put the window through. and it probably took me 8 months to find a window. So I've taken them both out and wrapped them up so we don't have any other problems with it. So that's where I've got to with it so far. Let us have a look under the bonnet. You've probably seen this in the other video. Bog standard VG30E. Single overhead cam, electric injection. 200 horsepower on a good day. I think the car's done 50 something thousand miles, so it's not done a lot of mileage either. It's one of those things, the car's not worth a fortune. We're going to do a sympathetic engine conversion on it, so I'm not too worried about losing the VG30, to be honest. Now you imagine that with intercooler pipes coming out of it and all that kind of stuff, 2 turbos strapped in there, it'd be a nightmare, so we're better off just getting rid of it. I don't like them anyway. I know a few people that have used a later version of that engine in race cars, and all they do is rod when you want power out of them. So we can lose that. Right, so I suppose the next thing to do, we'll have the front bumper off, have a look in there, and if I'm feeling energetic, we'll take the other wing off as well. Back in a tick. Front bumper off then, so no idea how this all comes off. There's like about 5 million bolts hold it on, so as soon as I finish talking I'll speed the video up and we'll have it off in about 30 seconds probably. So here we go. Take a look at it. Okay for rust. All good around this bottom edge. Yeah, that one can go back. The reason I'm taking these off first is actually 2 bolts that's really difficult to get to unless you've got the wings off, so it means they're going to come off anyway, they may as well come. That's both the wings. Now I'll flap around a bit more. I'll have the front bumper off. Okay, well as you can see by the amount of faffing I'm doing, I've got a problem getting this off. It's got 2 aftermarket spotlights underneath and somebody has nut and bolted them with a couple of M10s straight through these horrible steel brackets, which are only for an M8 anyway. It's all rusted up. I've got to have a faff for that, it's going to take me ages, I haven't got time to do it now. But apart from that, this front clip, if you look at it, it's hanging off all bar the 2 bolts which shouldn't even be there, so I'll get that off camera, no need for you to muck around with that. The next video I think what I'll do, I'll cut out the battery tray, we'll have a look at that, see what we need to do to put that sound again. Yeah, I think that'll do us for this video. Thanks for watching, subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the other videos.